we are ready. Hi. We're late on this one.
So late.
Yeah. Everyone's already on John Wick 3, but we're here to talk Detective Pikachu.
Yeah.
Sorry this took so long to get, guys. I've been sick and just been busy as all hell, so I haven't had any time to do this. But my biggest Pokemon fan here, Jasmine, decided to join us today. And Grant, of course, has been here since Badia, so he's owed a good one. Yeah. So,
I had to watch all the good movies on my own.
Yeah. On that note, yeah, what'd you guys think of Detective Pikachu?
It was exactly what I wanted, which is I want to live in this world. That's the only thing I needed.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
Not the greatest movie ever, but this is by far the best video game movie ever.
Yeah, I still like Rampage, but yeah, I get
This is the most sincere one.
That is for sure. I'll give you that. Yeah, I liked it too. I remember I had a lot of fun with it. Yeah, like it's kind of a case where like I saw it like last Friday, which was over a week ago. So I'm gonna spend a lot of time trying to remind myself all the stuff that happened in there. But I thought the setup was very clever. I liked the way they set up the world. I thought like the idea of like, okay, if we're gonna do a Pokemon movie at all, let's just have it in the city where all the Pokemon are just roaming around, so we can get the most out of it as possible. I thought that was very, very clever.
Yeah.
Also, it gets the thing out of the way where if two trainers have their eyes locked together, they're forced to battle. They decided just screw that. We're not going to make a movie only about Pokemon battles.
Yeah,
this is about them existing in a reality.
If they did that, we do that frickin' what is that Kill Bill thing where they took the music?
They should do that.
Ironside, that was the show they took that music from.
Is it? I have no idea.
Yeah, well, you know, obviously you had to talk to my dad about things like that. But, yeah, I did that would be the entire freaking movie.
Instead of the Pokemon battle theme, it's that.
Yeah.
There's a whole sequence of them trying to get a Snorlax to move, even though he can just like crawl around it somehow. But,
oh yeah, because he's blocking traffic.
Because he's blocking the street, blocking like the only path forward for whatever reason. It's the only one.
That's a missed opportunity. Someone should have just walked by with a Pokeflute and been like, okay, whatever.
It's like Pied Piper it.
Yeah.
Maybe in the sequel.
To be fair, if that happened in San Francisco, that would completely decimate the city.
Yeah.
One road closed just ruins the entire city.
I mean, it's like that one asshole who's always in the San Francisco street that always has emergency lights on and parks in the middle of the street. There's always that one asshole. Yeah, see that face knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh, hey, that's the face Pikachu made that one time.
I don't miss working in San Francisco.
Yeah, I'm trying to avoid it. But anyway, so yeah, this for those who don't know, if you've been living under a rock and don't know what Detective Pikachu is, this one has that one annoying kid for Jurassic World 2.
Except he's thankfully not annoying this time.
And Deadpool, and it puts them together. And it actually works. It works surprisingly well.
I'm trying to remember what else Justice Smith was in.
I don't know. I think he's fairly new.
I think he was in Dope.
I never saw that one.
Neither did I. It's supposed to be this weird movie where like this nerd accidentally gets pulled into a drug scheme.
Okay.
And
as you do, you know.
And he's just it's just like someone like snuck something on him where he's actually carrying drugs or something like that. And it turns into a weird adventure.
Okay.
That's all I know about it. It's one I've been told I need to watch.
But no, he is good in this movie though. He is good, and of course Ryan Reynolds is having fun with it. He's still playing the character though, which I appreciated. Yeah. So like it's still Ryan Reynolds. It's like it feels like kind of like Deadpool light a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it works because again, it's Ryan Reynolds and he's having a good time with it. Clearly, he knows like okay, I'm playing this ridiculous thing. I'm gonna have some fun with it.
He didn't take a cynical view of I'm playing a cartoon character for the paycheck. Let me just do this.
Well, you saw he really got into character. I mean, tried to drop his weight to 12 pounds, just crawling around at 1'6" the entire time,
and his wife just being like.
Their kids will see Detective Pikachu. We're not going. Actually, I found out recently that apparently Ryan Reynolds originally did try to do a voice for Detective Pikachu, but they told him no. I said, no, we just want Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
Do they have audio clips of this somewhere that I can listen to? Just him going like Pika Pika?
I don't know.
Or him trying to do the Danny DeVito voice.
I'm kind of glad they didn't go Danny DeVito. As interesting as that would have been, it would be a completely different movie.
You know who would have been good if he was still alive? Bob Hoskins.
Do you
For
really,
the voice, I mean.
do you really think he should be in another video game movie?
This would have been a good one. This one... Oh wait, I'm thinking of Dennis Hopper where the shoes would have actually...
He was not in Dope, you racist. He was in Paper Towns.
He was in Paper.
Oh, that's right!
Yeah.
Wait, that movie actually had one person that wasn't white?
Yeah, I know, right? That's one everyone forgot about. You know what his name was? Radar. Because, they can't give him a real name.
Damn it, I'm trying to remember who the heck was in Dope. It was another movie that I think it was another movie that came out recently where it turned out the actors from that then. But yeah, because now I remember because we saw the video and they talked about the part where him and the other two kids were singing the Pokemon theme song, trying to calm themselves down.
They sang that in Paper Towns, right?
I completely forgot all about Paper Towns, I'm not gonna lie. That one just came and went.
Yeah, that movie was not that good. It's because I was watching the video and they brought that part up.
Yeah, it's one of those top 10 things you didn't know about Detective Pikachu.
Also, you're welcome. Now I can take the heat off of Muha from you. Now I'm the racist!
Yeah, there you go. Ooh, I get my one. But no, this movie. I guess people have probably already seen this by now, so we can probably just fully talk about spoilers.
Spoiler alert: this movie was great.
It's a lot of fun. There's some very clever visual elements in the movie. I felt like the inclusion of Mewtwo was interesting. And the mind swapping thing was kind of weird towards the end, but it kind of worked. It was a fun climax.
Also,
in a movie like that, it works just because that's the universe.
Also, the giant Pokemon that were the size of mountains.
Yeah, I was gonna talk about that too. That was a pretty cool visual effect.
Cool visual makes no sense, but it was cool.
No, it makes sense actually.
They get that large.
They said it right there. It's the whole enlarging serum thing.
Yeah, but even then, it's like that was an entire freaking ecosystem. How long was that there for? How did they get actually build everything around that in such a short period of time?
You seem to forget that a Pokemon this small will become that big, the size of this room, like that, just because you touched them with a stone.
I'm just saying, it felt like they may have decimated the ecology there because
Given Nevada, was just desert before they came in. They probably just encouraged the ecosystem, if anything.
Yeah, Torterra is a great ecosystem. It's the world on Turtle's back.
Yeah.
See, there you go. It's one of those things. It's Pokemon. Don't think too much about it. Otherwise, it all falls apart. It's like animal cruelty? Question mark.
Which thankfully feels like they sidestepped that part with this movie.
But they all work together here, so no ethical ambiguity.
Yeah.
Now you have a little. Now you have Ken Watanabe with a little McGruff the crime dog. I don't know.
Snubble the crime dog.
Snubble the crime dog. Where the hell?
Which I love because in the games they actually do some of them live in police departments.
Yeah. Sorry, no, it's Snubble the Crime Mon. There we go.
Get out.
Okay, moving on. But no, all the Pokemon designs look great, and it looks shockingly good given the material.
Yeah.
It's just as good as you could possibly make them in a live action film.
The thing is, they didn't try to go hyper realistic to the point where everything's disgusting.
Yeah.
The only things that were disgusting are things like Mr. Mime, where it is literally impossible to adapt him to anything without him looking disgusting. In the games, he looks disgusting and creepy.
Yeah, and that was good. I think I heard something about that too, where I guess even the people in Nintendo were they had no clue.
Pokemon Company, not Nintendo.
Oh, sorry, Pokemon Company.
Nintendo wishes they had that level of control.
One day, there's going to be the great Nintendo Disney War of 2022.
Yeah, it will be that soon.
One day, Mouse versus Mario.
You know who went,
Super Smash
right?
Brothers?
What, Disney? let's be real here.
No, they just pretty much acquired Hulu.
I mean, Disney has the Jedis and the superheroes, so at this point...
Oh, recently, apparently someone did the math or something. I think it was Forbes. I'm quoting something, not knowing who did it. But apparently the franchises that have made the most money, the top two are actually Hello Kitty and Pokemon.
Huh.
Yeah, because Japan knows how to buy and sell product.
Yeah. If Japan knows one thing, it's how to merchandise.
Yeah, Disney's pretty good at that, but not good enough. They're not Pokemon and they're not Sanrio.
No, but they do have their own mini continents. Or mini countries, I should say.
So let's get back to the story then.
Yes.
Sorry. So yeah, basic plot.
Guy who's estranged from his dad.
Whose name I just forgot, actually.
Hold on, I had the IMDb a second ago.
We'll just refer to him as Dad.
I'm not talking about dad. I'm talking about son.
Justice Smith.
Yeah. Now, what's his character's name?
Justice Smith.
Uh,
It's like when you talk about Deadpool, you don't say Deadpool, you say Ryan Reynolds.
Touche. But yeah.
his name is actually Justice. That just
Tim
seems
Goodman.
like
There we
unfortunate.
go. His father was Harry Goodman.
All right.
Tim and Harry. Those are boring names. I can live with it.
Yeah, I was like, that's the case. We're like, yeah, but look at the world they're in. I think you're allowed one boring element.
I like the mundaneness of certain things.
I mean, it's not as interesting as Justice, which is just like, that's an unfortunate name. What are we going to call him? Justice. You know, just so they can get the actual dad, he's like, Justice needs you. I'm on my way.
Wouldn't that be a cool name, though?
In certain ways,
I think
yes.
I remember that joke.
There was one, like, I think it's called Gotham.
Oh,
like,
yeah, that's what it was.
Name your child Gotham, so that way you can look at your husband and wife and go, Gotham needs you. It was like, I'm on it.
Gotham needs you to take out the trash.
So, anyway.
Like Gotham and Justice.
So Tim,
I need justice. Come here, Justice. Sorry, I'm making horrible fun of this kid's name. Anyway, Justice Smith plays the main character, who is this kind of social anxiety-ridden, like kind of nobody who lives in this small town, who works as an insurance broker, I guess.
yeah.
Which in this universe, you gotta be making bank.
Yeah, no shit, right? Or going bankrupt. I don't know how much shit goes wrong in that town.
Yeah, I would imagine, because the insurance company would have gone bankrupt within 6 months. Let's be honest, all the destruction that probably happens.
In Palatown, for sure.
Yeah.
That's why it's such a small town. Everyone left. Can't deal with this
There are
shit.
4 houses. Actually, 3 houses and 1 lab. That's the entire population.
The lab killed all the citizens.
It is Oak.
That's a Fallout mission waiting to happen, isn't it?
So Tim's father Harry disappears after Mewtwo singly attacks him.
After trying to get a Cubone.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So,
They're like, great, you both have dead parents.
That wasn't what they said, but that was what we said.
Yeah.
oh, yeah.
It's
Poor Cubone.
like you both have parental. I think they said like they both have parental issues or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
And naturally, Tim messes up and gets his ass whooped.
Yeah.
Buy a Cubone and its bone ring.
Yeah.
That is actually the move's name.
Oh, I forgot about that. Man, it's been years since I played Pokemon.
And after that, he's told, your father is probably dead, so you gotta come here and...
Yeah, into this mystical town where all the Pokemon and humans live together, and it's played by not the bad guy.
Bill Nye.
Bill Nye. We're just like, oh, I see you, Davy Jones. You're the bad guy.
He's Davy Jones.
Yeah.
Bill Nye, the
British guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's Davy Jones in the pirate movies.
Oh.
And he was also,
Which, to be fair, is the best part of those sequels.
he was also Simon Pegg's, upper boss in Hot Fuzz.
Oh, right.
Chief Inspector, yeah.
And his father in Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah, I know.
Right. That's where I've seen it. Because I've never seen Pirates.
There we go.
Because it's like you can't just get a movie where you want to get married. Yes, I can. I'm the chief inspector. I love Hot Fuzz. Anyway, but yeah. So it's like this whole town's like led by this one guy played by Bill Nye, who would like immediately when he shows like, oh, he's the bad guy. Sure enough, yeah, he's the bad guy.
He's he basically owns the CNN News Network.
Yeah.
With his son, who's also a dick, or a bit of a...
Yeah, he's a dick.
Yeah. And then there's a conspiracy. Your father wasn't killed. He was probably kidnapped.
Well, this is before we find out that there is a Pikachu that wanders back into Harry's apartment that comes out that for some whatever reason Justice missed the only one I can hear him, understand him. So and then they decide that oh no, they didn't actually die. It's a conspiracy. We need to figure out the conspiracy, and that leads the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
And Pikachu is addicted to caffeine and very, very manic about how he approaches things. He covers the apartment floor in papers, and you see strings everywhere. It's like someone who is a serial killer, but instead it's someone searching for someone who may or may not be dead.
Mm-hmm. He was basically Charlie Day in that one episode of
It's Always
Sunny.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think he was portrayed by Charlie Day.
I think he actually was in the running, wasn't he?
I don't know if he was or not. I know they said they recorded like a reel with Danny DeVito. They just never got through for whatever reason. But
and I remember that's probably the thing, because I got using the show too. Because I know it was Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman. I can't remember who the other two were.
Imagine this Hugh Jackman. I wanted Hugh Jackman as like most Hugh Jackman-y, like full Australian and everything.
Can it be a musical?
Yes.
I just want him to sing the Pokemon theme. That's it.
He probably would too. I'd actually pay good money to go see that.
He had a Vine where he sang bacon pancakes from Adventure Time.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, where he was lip syncing that to the actual clip.
Yes. It was great.
Wasn't it when I saw with like David Ayer doing like the Metal Gear Solid meme?
Colonel.
I'm
trying to snap you.
It's like it's like trying to sneak around, but I'm double thick. Might slap my ass cheeks because you alert the guards.
I love you, David Hayter.
We could get Hugh Jackman to say that. Anyway, but yeah. So the rest of it from there is pretty much like the whole mystery conspiracy, kind of like a little bit of Roger Rabbit.
I have to say, I appreciate that they channeled Roger Rabbit, especially in the Mr. Mime scene where it's like, okay, Mr. Mime plays by his own rules.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird even in the Pokemon universe, but we should go with what he says because that's the only way we'll get information from him.
So they just burn him to death.
Yeah, we're pretending to put gasoline on him. We fake a match, and it is literally what I'm doing now, which is pantomiming all of it. Scaring the Mr. Mime into giving information, and then at the end, Justice Smith accidentally
like drops the and you just match.
End scene.
Yeah. Like, what a great cutaway.
So that to me was exactly what I wanted from the movie, which is nothing can fully replicate Roger Rabbit just because it was such a unique phenomenon, but this did what it needed to do to echo it. It wasn't going for hyper-realism of the Pokemon. It is, we know this stuff is kind of cartoonish. We're going to lean into that while still integrating it into this world.
Yeah, and I think picking a spin-off game that nobody really cares about was also smart play because no one's gonna get mad at you if you're not like faithful to the source
Especially
material.
if it's not
Game's
really,
accurate.
yeah.
So like it's a case where like actually this is one of the few cases where picking the shitty game to adapt is actually the smart move because again like if you fuck up no one's gonna be that mad and if you succeed it's beat everyone's expectations so either way it's a win-win.
And it'll sell the game that otherwise went under the radar.
Yeah, so I'd probably get that game a sequel. So it was a pretty smart move all around. It also works as a good place to launch what they clearly want to be like a Pokemon franchise.
As if they don't have enough franchises.
Well, not for Nintendo movies. Let's be fair on there. So like all that stuff works really well, and it's a fun little mystery. And there's a lot of fun visuals to it, and again, like the Pokemon look really good, way better than they have any right to, and it's funny and it's entertaining. Like the Psyduck was always my personal favorite Pokemon as a kid. That and Charizard are always my go-to. So that was the case with that got a lot of fun moments.
Yeah.
I love the Psyduck.
The Psyduck was great.
I love the car scene because there's a bit where they have to be in a car and go from one location to another. You have Justice Smith and generic blonde girl in the front.
Yeah, Lucy.
She's generic blonde girl in the front. She's a reporter who worked for that CNN network and she's an intern and she's treated as such, but she actually wants to do investigative reporting, which is why she's in this situation. Mm-hmm. She owns the Psyduck. Psyduck and Pikachu are in the back seat, and Pikachu is in a car seat like a baby, and I love it. He is into safety.
So let me get this straight. We're listening to this spa music because if we don't, you'll get a headache and we'll all explode. Psyduck.
That's how I've felt lately.
That's why you like Psyduck. It's just I'm gonna explode. My headache sucks. I need something to calm me down.
It's like I feel constantly anxious. I need music to keep me calm 24/7. And if I explode, it's ugly for everybody. Yeah, that sounds like me. In worst case, I explode when I'm alone, where no one else can get hurt.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But
see like how dark I can take that. Anyway.
Yeah, Lucy though, her character was
bland.
Yeah.
It's whatever.
And the thing is, it could have been better, and this is no offense to the actress, whatever her name is, they could have gotten literally any actress from the Disney Channel and she would have done the same exact form of acting.
Yeah, I still kind of want to see a buddy cop movie starring Ken Watanabe and his little Snubble.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to see that duo solving crimes, but I want to be like a hard R movie. Or like they have like it's like find like a serial killer where it is Mr. Mime at the end. Killing people with imaginary like scalpels on the side.
That's why they couldn't find a weapon.
That's why they couldn't find a weapon. It's just the Mr. Mime that goes full Dexter, where it'll like fake some ram wrap and everything going around the body. You're showing you pictures of the sins you've committed.
There's there's nothing there.
This is his one exception. That's where but he'll pin the pictures to imaginary walls. That'll be the caveat.
But anyway, so as the thing goes on, they end up this thing where they find Mewtwo, and that his father and Pikachu supposedly, well, specifically Pikachu supposedly freed it and ended up possibly killing Tim's father.
Yeah, it's the same. You can treat it as the same laboratory where they built Mewtwo 20 years ago in the first movie.
Speaking of which, they do reference that.
Yeah, they actually say 20 years ago.
Yeah, like, I don't know how well this would read to people who have no idea about anything involving Pokemon. Like, I feel like this is as good introductions you can really get without being steeped in the lore.
Yeah.
But even then, I feel like for newcomers, to be like, what's a Mewtwo? What? Why?
Yeah.
They explain. He was created in a lab based on this thing called Mew. Do they explain Mew? No, they just say that if it's based on Mew, it's powerful. I wish that they had kind of shown that Mew is the genetic predecessor to all Pokemon.
I thought they said that briefly. Just
Did
like
they
the
say
first,
that?
I think they said like the first ever Pokemon or something like that.
That's a point of contention.
Yeah.
What is the first Pokemon?
It's like, what was that? It's like, I've been rewatching Steven Universe lately, and I just got the episode where, like, Connie's, like, showing him all, like, her favorite, like, Harry Potter knockoff book series, and he's like, do you like it so far? And he's like, yeah, I have a question. I'm on book 3, and what's a familiar?
I'm not familiar with this concept. Please tell me they use that joke.
That is the actual joke they use. Like, I'm not making that up. That's word for word what they say. And she's on the other line. She just goes, no.
Yeah, the target audience of this movie is people who already know what Pokemon is, or the parents who are just putting up with it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like the actual first Pokemon movie, which I dragged my poor parents to see on vacation.
I dragged my grandmother to it.
Oh no!
All I
I don't know. I think she probably slept the whole
All I
time.
remember is that my dad did laugh at one joke though.
The Viking one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the Viking joke?
It's like, I didn't know that Vikings still existed. They're usually in Minnesota.
That's how you know the team that dubbed it actually, snuck in something that matters.
Yeah.
That's how you localize. Instead of calling those onigiri jelly donuts.
And at least this movie didn't have a message that totally contradicts itself. Fighting is bad. I don't like this fighting. Fighting is so bad, you guys.
Let's fight.
Guys, fighting's bad. Oh, we forgot all about that. Let's fight some more.
Yeah. Russell Crowe, fighting round the world.
But no, this one has that's my conclusion. Like I said, as far as like a movie called Detective Pikachu goes, like this is really the best you could have hoped for.
Yeah. I will say this though, once the third act rolled around, that's when things got a little off the rails.
I was okay with it personally.
We should probably discuss the drug.
Oh yeah.
So there's a drug in this world called R, which looks like Team Rocket R, and the whole time I was thinking Team Rocket might be in this movie, but they aren't. Sad to say.
There's even that one woman who kind of reminded me of Jessie for some reason.
Yeah, because she had pink hair in one bit. But ours,
people in the Pokemon world just have pink hair, Grant.
No one in that movie had weird hair colors.
Yet.
Anyway, what R does is it's like a toxic smoke kind of thing. If a human inhales it, they just cough.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which is interesting because humans are actually Pokemon, but that's a different subject for a different day. But Pokemon who inhale it, they just go feral.
Sorry, you just kind of blew my mind with that last bit there.
It's in Diamond and Pearl. The long and short of it is, a long-ass time ago, humans and Pokemon were one and the same. In the Japanese version...
Oh my god, did we fuck?
In the Japanese version of the game, they did say that we would get married.
Oh my god.
Obviously, they didn't include that in the English version.
I can't imagine why.
But yeah, we were one.
Welcome to Gravity Falls. You married Woodpecker?
Or a pickpeck in this case.
Okay. Honey, we swear we wouldn't argue in front of the kids.
Just Pika Pika! Thank you.
Honey, it's not what it looks like, Squirtle. Blastoise!
Just during sex it evolves.
Honey, you were great.
Made a really great good use of those blasters.
Got her wet. I'm just saying, most of these jokes have probably been done to death thanks to Rule 34.
I'm sure.
And the previous one, she was dry as a Cubone.
Oh man, I'm so glad they didn't include Gardevoir in this movie. Because Gardevoir is absolutely Rule 34 fat material.
Wait, which one's that one?
It looks more human. It's the one with like, she has like a bowl cut that's green.
Oh!
And dress.
One.
She was introduced in
Wait, is that the one that looks kind of like blackface?
No, that's Jinx. I'm
Okay.
glad they didn't include her.
Yeah.
Although they had to change.
I like that I can throw that out there. Everyone immediately knows what I'm talking about.
She's not meant to be blackface.
I know she's not meant to, but come on.
Yeah, once they internationalize the game and they're like, oh, people don't have the context for what a Ganguro girl is.
No, they do not.
The subculture only exists in Japan. We should change her from black to a blue-purple. They never did that with Mr. Popo.
No, they did.
They did?
changed him blue.
When?
I can't remember. They turned him blue after a while.
In my head, he and Jinx were the same species.
Yeah. They were fucking.
They fucking?
They
Oh, they
fucking.
fucking.
Oh, they fucking.
But like, no, I was fine with the third act. Like, as far as like big, like bombastic cartoon twist goes, like I was fine with it personally. It's like, whatever.
It was just where the Mewtwo can transfer souls into Pokemon.
It's a psychic type. Are you really going to question it? First,
Well,
you're
I was
like,
like, I don't know. There's also a talking teddy bear that can shoot lightning from his cheeks. So what am I gonna argue?
That one, they kind of explains the whole fact that, spoiler alert, Pikachu was Tim's father.
Yeah.
That whole soul connection thing.
which is why he couldn't really do electric attacks that easily because he doesn't really know how. Because it's Tim's dad. He's a human.
I still love. Got to see a movie where Pikachu got to say crap in hell.
Yeah, so this is the interesting thing. If he says hell, that means that in the Pokemon universe there is a hell, which is interesting to me because they already have a distortion world, which is where the vaguely satanic Pokemon already exists and was exiled to. Which means we have distortion world and hell, and how do you decide who goes to what?
Does that mean there's also a Pokemon Catholic Church?
It would just be Arceus. They actually said "Sweet Mother of Arceus" in the movie.
Do they really?
Arceus for her.
Who would be the Pope?
Oh man.
Giovanni. You always got the Italian name.
No, I guarantee someone from Team Galactic wanted to be Pope.
I'm sure somebody that's an unused Pokemon episode right there. Team Rocket takes over the Catholic Church.
They wouldn't do that. They have morals.
Oh!
Team Rocket, of the villain teams, they're just generic ass mob bosses. They don't try to take over the world. They don't try to commit mass genocide. They don't try to rid everyone of every Pokemon on Earth, making it an ethical issue.
They just want to collect them.
Yeah, it's very straightforward. They're not Team Galactic.
We want that completed Pokedex!
They're not, let's change the world to be covered in water. No, let's change the world to be covered in Earth so there is no water. Sorry,
We need a Pokemon Registration Act.
I wouldn't be surprised if Team Plasma wanted
Flo's got
to
the
do
X-Men
that.
reference there, thank you. Yeah.
I was thinking the Sokovia Accords, but that works too.
I was going for X-Men, but you can technically really use either one.
Does
Yeah.
Marvel just continue to use that?
Well, to be fair, X-Men used it way before the Avengers did.
Okay.
Because technically that's a whole, like, they're born that way, so you put them on a list.
Oh, yeah.
So that was more of the social commentary that way.
Especially with the whole Magneto's a Jewish and lived through World War II. Right?
Yeah, exactly. So that's why that was more prevalent in the X-Men comics for a long time. Still comes every now and again. Anyway, that's a whole other thing. We'll get to X-Men when they really decide to reboot that. But
Pokemon!
yeah, Pokemon. Back to Pokemon.
Yeah.
Can I talk about the dogfighting ring?
Go for it.
Okay, so when they're looking for who has the R and they get information out of Mr. Mime somehow, he points them to
By murder.
Yes, by being caught on invisible fire. They are led to this like underground fighting rink with a giant cage and a bunch of people, including the main leader. Of course, has a Latino accent because
Of course you do.
of course they do. And it's basically people who they give R to their Pokemon so that they would fight each other because that's how you win a battle, I guess.
As you do.
And Pikachu, why does he go inside?
Because I guess he fought that Charizard before. or
He said
something.
that's what.
Oh, yeah.
He said that's what gave Charizard the scar.
Right, so Charizard was angry at Pikachu. Pikachu was in the ring trying to fight Charizard.
And they use that as information to further their.
Alright, because I think they made a bargain, like, if you win, you tell us where you got that helmet.
Yeah.
Right, and Pikachu being actually a human man in the body of this thing doesn't know how to do electric attacks, so he's standing there being vaguely constipated looking, trying to get electricity to come out of him. He can't, and then he goes on the floor and just looks like when a dog rolls on its back and just submissively says, "Please rub my tummy and don't hurt me."
Yeah.
That was Pikachu. Yes.
And then during that fight was probably the better moments was when they had Magikarp.
Oh, yeah, Magic.
Yeah, I got a he's bad.
Basically, I can't remember if it was Charizard in general. Just all the Pokemon basically went crazy because the aura got like sprayed everywhere.
So the entire room was covered in the substance that makes all the Pokemon go crazy.
And so it's like, we just take this Magikarp, give it a little kick, it'll turn to Gyarados. In my mind, that was it's like in my mind I saw that happening differently. And then after like a second, it like evolves and just blasts everyone inside.
So just this huge wave of water pushes everyone out. I love it because that was a reference to what James did.
Yeah.
Because he kicked that Magikarp into the water because he was so upset it wouldn't do anything, and then just all of a sudden it evolves and attacks you.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah, Tim, just to let you know, I can't float.
What's that from?
That was also I think the last part you missed.
Okay, yeah.
Because basically Pikachu says that right before he gets blasted.
Gotcha.
What else happened? Yeah, so third act, like we said.
Oh, can I mention one more thing?
Yeah.
So the Pokemon fighting rink has one of my favorite uses for a Pokemon is they had Loudred, which if you don't know,
you're playing dubstep.
is a Pokemon it's just speakers. Its ears are speakers. It started off by doing beatboxing, which itself was cool, but after going crazy from the drug, it was dubstep. It was so good.
It was, like I said, there's very clever little touches like that. I feel very like Who Framed Roger Rabbit. I've got a lot of those vibes. I'm sure there's all kinds of elements in the movie. A little bit of Blade Runner, I guess, if you want to go that route.
Yeah, visually it had this is kind of Japan at night in the rain, cyberpunk-ish looking, except not dystopian.
Yeah, minus all the heavy drama. Ryan Gosling.
She still needs to watch that.
You ever seen that one?
I
I've
saw
only
the
shown the first
original.
one.
It's the sequel's a masterpiece. It is
Okay.
so good. I think it's on HBO Go.
No, we have it.
Oh, okay. Anyway.
Of course we have a movie I haven't watched yet.
It's pretty damn good.
Okay.
Yeah, but anyway.
I'll watch it someday.
I think our review for that movie was as long as the movie.
Yeah. But anyway, so third act, it
turns out Bill Nye, or however you say his name, decides that he wants to live forever, so he finds a way to transfer his mind to Mewtwo, and then says, "We can all live through Pokemon, because I guess they don't age." And then he, transfers...
But it only happens if they've taken the drug because they lose themselves in that moment.
Okay, so they pull a Green Goblin, they put all they pull a Joker, and they put all...
Didn't they even reference the balloon parade in that? Oh wait, no, that was once again another video where they think that was a reference to it.
Okay.
Could have been.
But yeah, there's a balloon parade, and all the Pokemon balloons are filled up with R, and so they get popped, and the whole town is just covered in purple smoke.
Yeah. My balloons! They took all my balloons!
Forgot about that
man.
Then it leads basically to a fight between Pikachu and Mewtwo, and meanwhile it turns out that the person that they're saying this is the real bad guy was really just a Ditto in disguise. Who was there's some untapped potential that we've never seen before. Or the Ditto could just be any human they want to be.
Oh yeah, because Bill Nye wanted it to seem like his son was the evil one the whole time, but really it was just a Ditto who looked like his son and was wearing sunglasses, presumably
because he has the eye thing.
Because
the tiny beady eyes, which were terrifying.
Which it should be. So this is interesting. Ditto actually don't do that if they're good. Yeah. Real Ditto can perfectly imitate things. It's only that one really derpy Ditto that was incomplete that would keep its face.
Huh. Yeah, because that was at the point of the show. It's that one was just incompetent.
Yep. Poor guy. He could never fully transform, but in general they can.
Did.
Yeah, but in general they can.
Yeah.
That was a defect or struggle.
Yeah.
Or maybe that's just how they changed mythology a little bit for the sake of the movie.
Yeah.
Because, none of these things are never really 100% accurate to the source material.
It's like we should be merged these Pokemon to get into their true untapped potential. So that's why it didn't infect that one, isn't it?
Okay, if I was gonna...
I would say, if you're gonna fuck any Pokemon, you're gonna fuck a ditto.
Well, that's because actually in the code, they're genetically compatible with everything.
So, see, exactly. So if you're gonna, well, there's a takeaway. If you're gonna fuck a Pokemon, make sure it's a ditto. They can do anything.
Oh God.
They can be anything you want.
This Pokemon reboot of Eraserhead just got weird.
Oh man.
I don't want to see a Pokemon version of the Eraserhead baby.
Gross.
The beanie ditto. Oh
Gross.
God.
Anyway, I'm sad. I know that is
David Lynch. I have an idea for you.
There's another R-rated horror.
Great,
horror
let's make it
Pokemon.
happen. But yeah,
I'm
so
frightened.
Me too.
so they eventually overtake Pikachu and just get the thing off, or Mewtwo, and take the thing off Bill Nighy's head.
And then Mewtwo
Oh yeah, and Mewtwo was the good guy all along.
Yeah.
So what Mewtwo did was, in the police footage, it looked like he caused the accident that killed Tim's dad, but really Tim's dad...
was attacked by a Greninja.
Yeah, a Greninja. Which is interesting because their ninja stars are actually made out of water or ice, so they shouldn't have been maintained there. They're
They also, they probably also shouldn't have blown up the car.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like why I can't get mad when like Captain America's shield isn't exactly like the comics. You know, you just take some of these and like whatever. It's how it works in this world. I'll go along with it.
Yeah. I don't expect the movies to absolutely imitate game or anime logic because those two aren't even self-consistent. So, so what Mewtwo did was he talked to Pikachu and basically said, "You'll hold the consciousness of Tim's dad until you bring his son, and then something should happen." I'm not entirely sure.
I don't know.
I don't remember what happened from there. That, oh, you brought me the son, and now I could transfer Pikachu's consciousness back to Dad, or...
That was the point, was to pull, Dad back out of Pikachu, or something like that.
Okay.
Because basically,
Shenanigans.
it was so he could see the truth of what was going on, and then you could use that to spread the message to defame CNN and their terrible things, or specifically Bill Nighy.
Yeah.
Good. So there is a MacGuffin reason for it, and that's all it really is to it.
Yeah.
It's not really that important in the grand scheme of things. Either way, the point is they get Ryan Reynolds to show up in person at the end of it. That's really what it is.
Yeah.
Which, the only complaint I have about that is that you're supposed to take that moment sincerely, like, oh, Tim is reunited with his dad, and it was Ryan Reynolds the whole time. He was bonding with his dad through this Pikachu that his dad actually was, but he was an amnesiac, so he didn't know that he wasn't actually Pikachu. He just... And then you see him hug Ryan Reynolds, and the whole time I'm like, I want to take this seriously, but... That's Ryan Reynolds. Pikachu this whole time. So I wanted to take that movie or that bit more seriously, but it wasn't as emotionally impactful as I wanted.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. But yeah, I think all in all, it was a decent movie.
Yeah, it was
like
fun.
the jokes didn't always land, but like when they did land, they were pretty good. I mean, Ryan Reynolds, it was effortless.
He's having fun. You know, he's having fun with it. And it's definitely, like, he's actually still playing a character. He's not just being Ryan Reynolds, which is always appreciated.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's got solid action. The CGI looks great. The world is interesting. And it's a good start to, hopefully, a solid franchise. So,
Yeah.
overall, like, as far as, like, Pokemon movies go, like, you can't really ask for much of a better introduction.
Yeah.
So...
And like, it's like if you can get past a lot of the cliches, like I said, I think the funny writing and like, as I said, as we were saying, the earnestness of it definitely helps.
For
bring it
sure.
up a notch.
Yeah.
For me, my main concern is I want the world building to be good, and I want them to actually give a damn about what Pokemon is, and not just make a checklist of, oh, this is a cute one, we're gonna include it. Yes, they included Eevee, Jigglypuff, and Bulbasaur, which are like definitely, oh yeah, people think they're cute and they should be everywhere. But they actually included them in more sincere ways.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. No, I
The
agree with that.
Jigglypuff was adorable.
The Jigglypuff just gets sad at karaoke night.
Yeah, it put someone to sleep, and then it was just grumpy, which is absolutely what Jigglypuff should be.
And
grumpy.
the Psyduck bartender.
Oh, not
Yeah.
Psyduck, whatever it's
What
called.
the hell was that thing?
It's like the Psyduck with a hoodie.
Ludicolo.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, just thanks,
It's not a
doll.
hoodie. It's a
Or don't, whatever.
sombrero.
It is.
Yeah.
Sombrero. I don't-
Yeah, just
I'm tired.
just thanks, doll.
I also really liked how they used artillery because he was just serving a lot of food with his 8 arms.
Yeah.
I feel like if this movie was like 1 rating higher, it would have like Pikachu totally would have been an alcoholic.
Oh yeah, they did whatever they could to keep it PG while still making it so parents wouldn't feel like, oh, why did I bring my kid to this? I'm afraid they're gonna learn curse words.
Doesn't want to see Pikachu with like a whiskey.
He would. Instead, they made him a coffee addict, which I guess is fine.
Yeah, like I can't imagine why they won't let me make a movie. Like, no, Detective Pikachu has to smoke like a bastard.
I can stop. Just go ahead, George.
Well, if you give him a pipe, it's acceptable, I guess, because it plays into the whole Sherlock thing.
No, if you're going like the noir style though, you gotta like
cigarettes.
Like,
oh yeah.
He just like has like a
I don't know how you think cigarettes works there, Grant. I think you need only one.
He has a real problem. He just inhales them in like 1 puff. Just
You're thinking of cocaine, aren't you?
It's like you've never touched a cigarette in your life, have you?
no, I haven't.
Yeah.
But I'm just.
I mean, neither have I, but at least I'm no smoker, so I know how they work.
I'm over exaggerating. A lot of my family smoke too. My grandfather, my uncle specifically.
Like,
Oh, yeah,
like I feel like you're more going for like the.
No, I just imagine like putting a shit ton of cigarettes in his mouth.
Are we really gonna argue Grant's ability to pantomime any sort of drug at this point?
Good point. Alright.
But yeah, I don't know. I just imagine a Pikachu with like him use his little electric cheeks to ignite these cigarettes and just inhale them in 1 puff.
Yeah, let me just get my cigarettes ready. Like, anyway, no, this is a good movie, and if you haven't seen it already, which I don't think it's probably anyone's watching the movie, has probably already seen it by now, but yeah, it's good. So go see that, and then go see John Wick 3, I guess, because that's out this week too.
Which we also didn't see.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of shit I need to catch up on.
My only disappointment is I wish I lived in that movie instead of this universe.
But Pokemon or
Yeah.
okay.
Not John Wick. I don't want to be surrounded by dead dogs and gunfights. I want to live in the Pokemon world. I always have.
We all have ours. I get it. I've always wanted to be Spider-Man. Not that should surprise anyone in particular.
I want an Espeon and a Houndour, and the Houndour would evolve into a Houndoom, so I have a giant fire-breathing Doberman in my life.
That'd be pretty cool.
And then Espeon would be my lovely kitty, fennec fox type of thing who would be psychic and just sit in my lap all day.
What about Ninetales?
I like Vulpix and Ninetales, but then I saw Houndour and I'm like, dude, it's a dog.
I feel like having a Ninetales is like being the equivalent of being a cat person.
No, that's Persian.
Oh, good point.
Or a lowland Persian, which looks like Garfield. I love it. It looks actually more like normal because it has the same color as normal.
Well, should we get on to the trailers?
I don't
There were
remember.
trailers?
I don't remember what trailers we had.
Oh,
Oh, you can take a list out?
For movies we like, cases like this, I don't usually take trailers. We usually there's supposed to be more people here today, but everyone got sick or got busy, so I don't usually take trailers in that case.
I only remember one trailer, and that's because it's Sonic the Hedgehog, and it was just
Oh God, that's
that
right.
was like the most interesting thing about that was hearing our audience going, ah.
'Cause remember there was that the Dog's Journey one.
oh yeah,
That also came out this
A
week.
Dog's
Yeah.
Journey 2.
Dog's Purpose too,
D-
I think, whatever
Purpose,
it's called.
sorry.
No, I think it's called Dog's Journey. I don't even know.
Oh yeah, it was Dog's Journey, then Dog's Purpose.
How's
The
your
dog
schedule
movie
next
with
week,
Dennis
Grant? Because I really don't want to go see that alone.
We shall see.
And
I'm
I
not
already made,
promising anything. I have no obligation to you guys.
I know. I already made Howard go see the last one, so I don't feel like I can make him do two.
I watched. My only movies outside of Detective Pikachu were Sherlock and were Holmes and Watson and Medea.
Oh, Sherlock Watson doesn't count. That was last year.
No, it came out last year, but we saw it the week after.
I'm counting this last year.
Regardless, the previous 2 movies I saw before this were absolute shit shows.
Oh, well, you gotta see this one. You gotta see John Wick.
Yeah.
I love that the worst movie you guys made me watch is Samson. It wasn't even that bad. It was just
The bushy beard.
Oh wow.
it was just silly.
I mean,
slapped him off.
I mean, to be fair, I always keep you on like reserve status. More like you always come in whenever you want, but I don't enforce it.
Thank
or
you.
push.
That's because he can do things. I make him do the bad movies.
Yeah. So anyway,
I'm just along for the ride.
yeah. So on that note, you guys got any final thoughts for Detective Pikachu?
I could spend hours talking about Detective Pikachu, so
Yeah, we might want to cut things.
Yeah.
All
Cut
right.
me off before I go through the mysteries of how
Cut-
Torterra can be that big and how it relates to the anime where sizes actually are
Yeah.
inconsistent.
Yeah,
Size
cut her off
doesn't
like we need to
matter.
cut off Coffee from Pikachu in this thing.
All right, sounds good. Well, we got to check out John Wick 3 and then whatever else I can catch up on next week. So thank you guys for watching. See you later.